Hello, this is Angelia with today's Bible reading. If you follow me regularly, you know I have not been here for a little while. I am recovering from the flu. I'm still not 100%, so I'm hoping to get through this without my nose running or my voice going out too much. But last week I was just down in the bed, couldn't even do it. Felt so woozy, coughing, sneezing. It's terrible. So today's Bible reading comes from Genesis 29. Jacob meets Rachel. And we know this is one of the, big love stories of the Bible. Then Jacob went on his journey and came to the land of the sons of the east. He looked and saw a well in the field, and behold, 3 flocks of sheep were lying there beside it, for from that well they watered the flocks. Now the stone of the mouth of the well was large. When all the flocks were gathered there, they would then roll the stone from the mouth of the well and water the sheep, and put the stone back in its place on the mouth of the well. Jacob said to them, "My brothers, where are you from?" And they said, "We are from Haran." He said to them, "Do you know Laban the son of Nahor?" And they said, "We know him." And he said to them, "Is it well with him?" And they said, "It is well, and here is Rachel his daughter coming with the sheep." He said, "Behold, it is still high day. It is not time for the livestock to be gathered. Water the sheep, and go, pasture them." But they said, "We cannot until all the flocks are gathered." And they roll the stone from the mouth of the well. Then we will water the sheep. While he was still speaking with them, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for she was a shepherdess. When Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, and the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother, Jacob went up and rolled the stone from the mouth of the well and watered the flock of Laban, his mother's brother. Then Jacob kissed Rachel, and lifted his voice and wept. Jacob told Rachel that he was a relative of her father, and that he was Rebekah's son. And she ran and told her father. So when Laban heard the news of Jacob, his sister's son, he ran to meet him, and embraced him, and kissed him, and brought him to his house. Then he related to Laban all these things. Laban said to him, "Surely you are my bone and my flesh." And he stayed with him a month. Then Laban said to Jacob, "Because you are my relative, should you therefore serve me for nothing? Tell me, what shall your wages be?" Now Laban had 2 daughters. The name of the older was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. And Leah's eyes were weak, but Rachel was beautiful of form and of face. Now Jacob loved Rachel, so he said, "I will serve you 7 years for your younger daughter Rachel." Laban said, "It is better that I give her to you than to give her to another man. Stay with me." So Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed to him but a few days because of his love for her. Let's see what our biblical scholars have to say. Conveniently meeting at his destination, shepherds who knew both Laban and Rachel reflected the directing hand of God upon his life, just as promised. Stone was large, perhaps due to the fact that this well of precious stored water could evaporate rapidly in the sun, or be filled with blowing dust, or used indiscriminately. It had been covered and is use regulated. Laban, the son of Nahor. Genealogical fluidity in the use of son, meaning male descendant, occurred in Jacob's inquiry after Laban, for he was actually Nahor's grandson. Appears that Jacob was trying to get these men to water their sheep immediately and leave, so he could be alone with Rachel for the meeting. Speaking with them, The language of Haran was Aramaic, or Chaldee, and evidently was known by Abraham and his sons. There is no comment on how these patriarchs spoke with the Canaanites and Egyptians in their travels, but it is reasonable to assume they had become skilled linguists, knowing more than Hebrew and Aramaic. Customary greetings and personal introductions ended 97 years of absence since Rebekah had left, and Laban's nephew was welcomed home. Excuse me. A month. Tradition in that ancient area allowed a stranger to be cared for 3 days. On the 4th, he was to tell his name and mission. After that, he could remain if he worked in some agreed upon way. Eyes were weak. Probably means that they were a pale color rather than the dark and sparkling eyes most common, well, I guess in that area. Such paleness was viewed as a blemish, so they wouldn't have liked all us blue-eyed folks. Love and working to provide his service as a dowry combined to make Jacob happily remain during the first 7 years in Laban's household, almost as an adopted son rather than a mere employee. But Jacob, the deceiver, was about to be deceived. You know, what comes around goes around. What goes around comes around. Local marriage customs, love for Rachel, and more dowry desired by Laban all conspired to give Jacob not only 7 more years of labor under Laban, but 2 wives who were to become caught up in jealous childbearing competition. So, yeah, that was something. So, that's the story of how Jacob met Rachel. Amen. Please like and share this word so we can spread it around the world. If you want to help me out, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to help me out even more, go to my Patreon page and become a patron. Thanks for watching. That's all for now. Until next time.